Hello everyone. Welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony Blind. In the last one... You know what happened in the last one. You fucking well know what happened in the last one. And between then and now, I took a brief break, like 5 minutes, just to collect myself. So I'm not crying right away. I probably should give myself a little bit longer, actually, just so I can really fully collect my thoughts on this chapter so far, because obviously this will be the last episode of the chapter, and I always do my little thoughts on the chapter at the end of these episodes, but, well, I mean, we still got a little bit to go, so, you know, maybe my opinion might even change slightly by the end of this. We'll see, okay.
Well, at this point it goes without saying, but you all voted correctly. The Blacken who killed Rantaro Amami is the ultimate pianist Kaede Akamatsu.
Which I still can't fucking believe.
Good.
What? Good? What do you mean, good? Is this how you wanted to end?
That's not true. Not really, but it could have turned out a lot worse. So, this is fine too.
God, it just feels so unnatural to see her full-bodied like this as well. Oh.
It's not fine! This is super horrible! The worst ever! Yeah! How did it come to this?
Kaede, what would possess you to do something like this? Gonta, no can accept this. Not unless you explain. Yeah. I won't be satisfied till I hear it straight from you. Kaede, please.
Okay. Please allow me a few more moments of your time, then. It's just like Shuichi said. I was after the mastermind this entire time. I wanted to kill the mastermind, and I thought doing that would end the killing game.
I mean, ballsy move, but, you know. Oh, I didn't mean for that to be a pun. Oh, fuck. But why did you try to kill them? Maybe they could have been captured.
If it hadn't been for the time limit, I probably would have done that. But the time limit meant that capturing the mastermind was less likely to work, you know? Because the mastermind could have just played dumb to run out the clock and kill us all. Yeah. I was worried about that happening.
So you sought to kill the mastermind instead?
That's right. I had made up my mind just before we set up the cameras in the library. I thought it was my last chance to save everyone. I couldn't let that chance pass me by. I had to save everyone no matter what. Even if you had to kill someone. Yeah. That's right. I thought that killing the mastermind was our best shot at escaping this place together. I really believed it too.
Kaede.
Oh, Kaede. It never dawned on you. As soon as that thought entered your head, Monokuma had you right where he wanted. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of right.
Whether it was killing for the benefit of us or for yourself, you were pushed to kill. But, I mean, I don't know, like, the circumstances are a little bit different than usual, right? Because, like, as Kaede just said, I I kind of don't think she would have just done it had the threat of the time limit not been there. You know? Because what mattered most to Monokuma is the killing game started. Yeah. And unfortunately, Kaede, after the first blood is drawn, the ball doesn't stop rolling. Regardless of your reasons, the moment you felt the urge to kill, you had already lost. Again, I can't disagree with him. And it feels extra bad considering that, you know, this guy was clearly Kaede's main, like, opposition, I guess. Like, active opposition. As I've already said a couple of times, obviously, but you agreed to be part of this killing game and you allowed murder to fill your heart. Ooh, suddenly becoming Terry now, am I?
Wait, to put it like that.
But he's not wrong. She's the reason the killing game finally started. Yeah. Oh god, is this gonna create another fucking divide?
But if Kaede hadn't done anything, we'd all be dead by now.
Kaede, save everyone! We no can blame her!
I know!
You don't need to remind me! That's why I'm so pissed off! Pissed off at myself for being so useless! Yeah, right, as if I believe that. Kokichi, that's enough. You can see through your act. Whoops, not obvious, huh?
But Kokichi is right. He was being played. I didn't even kill the mastermind. I killed one of our dear friends instead. What I did was so terrible. So unforgivable. I took an innocent life. I'm nothing but a horrible murderer. You should all hate, blame, and be disgusted by me.
Oh, that's not true, Kaede. Like, yes, you're all correct. You did murder, and that, you know, that's obviously not okay, but to me, it's where those intentions lie. In this scenario, especially. Like, God, you know what I just realized was so clever? The fucking Shuichi story from earlier, because this is a retread of that exact thing from his backstory. Because Kaede is probably in the right, you know? Murder, it was, like, it kind of did save us this time. But she's still gonna be punished for it, as she should be. Both by the rules of the game and the fact that, you know, she did still murder someone. So very clever, Danganronpa, very clever with that, but I mean, still, you know, it's like, I don't blame Gundam, and to a lesser extent Nekomaru, for what they did. And, like, on the flip side of that, I don't really blame Mondo for what he did in Danganronpa 1. Like, he was in a terrible mental state, and, you know, obviously he didn't mean it. He just, you know, couldn't control himself because of that, you know. I guess mental health problem. It's not really like a mental health problem, but his poorer mental health because of everything he'd seen and done. But, like, you know, I don't think any, well, maybe some people will, but I don't think many people are going to blame you, Kaede. Kaede, please, calm down!
After we found Rantaro's body, when I realized he wasn't the mastermind, I thought about ending this by confessing to you what I had done. Yet, I couldn't. Because of Monokuma's first blood perk.
I see. If you confessed there and then, you would have been able to leave. But you decided you couldn't leave this place by yourself. So you kept quiet. See, like something like that right there, Kaede. If you were someone to hate, you would have taken that opportunity. And yeah, that does explain it. And maybe it was that story she heard from Shuichi that, like, gave her that final convincing of, I can't run away from what I've done. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll touch on it. Maybe that's just left for me to decide.
Because of the first blood perk, you were forced to hide the truth from us.
Yeah, that's right.
So the first blood perk worked against the Blackened rather than for them.
But at the same time, I thought, if I did this for everyone, then instead of making things easier by confessing, I thought I should lie to you all so it would motivate you to keep moving forward.
Well, I mean, it is helpful. We certainly bumbled through this. We wouldn't have... Well, to be fair, you committed a pretty good crime, all things considered, Kaede. Without Miyu and Shuichi, we probably wouldn't have been able to figure this out. But I think we needed it in a trial sense, but also... I don't know, I feel like in that case it would have been better for you to just go like Gundam and play the villain up to your death.
Is that the reason for the trial? To reveal the mastermind? I felt like if I didn't do this, then Rantaro's death would have been meaningless.
We were searching for both the culprit and the mastermind during this class trial.
Okay, they did mention that.
Yes, repeatedly.
But that's why I want to end all of the terrible things happening to us. I'll defeat the mastermind and end this dumb killing game. I'll even use this class trial to do that. I never wanted to keep my crime a secret. I was going to tell you all eventually. But before I did, I wanted to expose the mastermind first. Then the killing game would have ended and everyone but me would be saved. I thought that was the best way I could atone for killing Rantaro. Sorry. This is my fault. I was wrong. It was no mastermind. What? You were wrong? But didn't you say the mastermind was one of us? Okay. That's what I thought at first. In the end, we have nothing. No one made any moves at the time limit. The trial was useless.
Let's see. Even when Shuichi was about to be voted as the Blackened, still they did not appear.
Maybe. Yeesh! That seriously was a close one. If Kaede had just kept her mouth shut, we'd all be dead right now.
Oh, I know, that's what I just said.
No way. There has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi? But on the other hand, she's only in this mess because she decided to say something at that moment. No, I don't know. Shut up. I wanted to protect Kaede, but I also wanted to unmask the mastermind. Even when the killer was about to be condemned, they remained hidden. Sorry. That has to mean that the mastermind is not among us after all.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're running on the assumption that the mastermind's controlling Monokuma, right? You know, assuming against any extenuating circumstances like the fucking Neo World program from Danganronpa 2, that it can't be one of us. So, Kaede had the wrong idea the whole time?
All her actions were taken under Shuichi's flawed logic.
Oh no. Oh, don't say that, guys. You're gonna fucking kill him. That's why this is my fault. All of this happened because my detective work was wrong. If I hadn't been so stupid. If I never said anything about a mastermind to Kaede. And Taro wouldn't have died. And Kaede wouldn't be a murderer. This is all my fault. No, it's not. Kaede, I killed him. Not you. Right? Didn't I? But, Kaede, why did you set such a convoluted trap? If your intent was to kill the mastermind, there was no reason for you to cover your tracks. Did she? She didn't really cover her tracks at all, to be honest. She just didn't. She omitted the fact that she did things. Isn't it obvious? It's because she didn't want Shuichi to know. Me? Of course, but I didn't want everyone else to know either. Because I said I wanted to escape this place with everyone. But you guys wouldn't want to be friends with a girl who killed someone, would you? Be friends? Kaede put a lot of thought into this. She put so much thought into this, it drove her to commit murder like a lunatic.
God, you're such a dumbass!
I know, right? Such an idiot. We only survived the time limit because of that idiocy. Yes! We're still alive, thanks to you! Yeah, it seems, what I feared might be true. There's a bit of a divide on Kaede. Well, I don't know about if there's a divide in the fan base. I'm sure generally it's just, oh, Kaede's a sympathetic killer, but she was doing the right thing, but there is certainly a discussion to be had here, as we were trying to discuss with Shuichi's backstory. Kaede, I didn't know how, but I wanted to get out of here with you. I wanted to be friends. I'm so sorry. So you're saying everything you did was because you were thinking of us? And you had that, and you hid that you killed him just to stay and help us? How did things...
All right, that's it.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean, that's it?
Father, are you getting bored?
You know how Pops gets. You can't stand this kind of dear joker schlock.
I can't stop crying. I see nothing gets past my adorable little cubs.
I don't even let appetizers get past me, especially if someone else bought them.
But we can't let this boring display grind the action to a halt, so time to make things interesting.
Make things interesting.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Punishment? You mean Kaede's execution?
No friggin' way! There's no way we'll let you do that! Exorcals, assemble! Yeah.
Punishment time is a sacred segment. You're not allowed to interfere.
And if you even try to interfere, we'll just crush you with these here exosols.
It's cool, but it's probably better if one person dies instead of everyone.
Oh, no, you I mean, they're obviously not gonna die. It's not how Danganronpa works, but like, fucking, I love you three for doing some stuff like this. Like, these three have really spearheaded resistance, I feel, in their own ways, but like, oh, come on, guys. I appreciate that you're fighting for her, but like,
Gonta will face you all. Times like this are why Gonta became strong. Gentlemen never back down, and neither will Gonta.
This is the perfect chance to test out my Neo Aikido skills on machine.
Yeah, I'll help. I can.
Everyone, stop!
good on you, Shuichi. Even you're trying to get in there. But yeah, no, she's right. Don't. Please, just stop.
Kaede.
But Kaede, enough, you guys. I've already prepared myself. You're giving up?
Why?
But why? You said you'd never give up. That we get out of here together. That's what you said, Kaede. So why are you giving up now? Did you mean what you said? I know we can do something. Don't give up until the end. I'm not giving up. Because I have you. What? Even after I'm gone, my wish will still be here. So I'm counting on you all. I'm entrusting my wish to every one of you.
I believe in you.
I believe that you will all make it through this. Somehow.
You have to live.
You guys better live. Don't go dying on me now. End this ridiculous killing game. Survive and get the hell out of this place. And then be friends after you escape, okay? I think you'll all be the best of friends.
Yeah.
Affirmative, Kaede.
I shall take that request.
I will do my utmost to fulfill your final request.
I won't give up. I'll get out of here no matter what. Going to work hard and keep friends safe till very end.
Oh, Kaede, you definitely weren't boring. Now then, let's get started.
I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate pianist, Kaede Akamatsu.
Wait a second. Kaede, please don't. Shuichi, you better not lose.
You can't lose.
You can't lose to the killing game. I know you can beat it.
Punishment time.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I believe in you.
So please, believe in yourself.
It's a promise.
Okay? It's a promise. tempting to say best punishment in the series. Because that fucking really upset me. I'll set a voice actor on the camera in a second. The moment it was over, I felt my legs give out under me. What I just saw didn't feel real. It was as if all reality had vanished, and the only thing left was a fictional world. Real or not, Kaede was gone. Kaede Akamatsu no longer existed in our world. Alright, yeah, and fucking... Damn it, where's the best Monocub gonna fucking die? Although that doesn't bode well for the rest of you guys. Seems like we might get a death every execution then. Danganronpa does like its patterns. I guess, we'll end up with just Monokuma at chapter 6.
Huh? What the? Why is Mono Kid? Monodon! What have you done? Ah, gross! She pukes again!
But this tension ain't so bad, Finally feels like a proper killing game. If anything, we could stand to use a little more tension in our lives. Right, Dad?
No, my sweet darling Mono Kid, claimed as collateral damage. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is unacceptable. My precious cub is... On second thought, I guess it's okay. After all, I still got 4 more cubs. Phew, glad the kids came in bulk. Huh? It's okay! I'm shocked. Our existence, it means they're little, what's done is done, what's dead is dead. No point crying over crushed cubs. Unless you want to end up like these sad sacks.
What? What in the world is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Talk about overkill! Atua, please, Kaede Sol Eternal Repose. I can't believe this happened to Kaede. I like this so much! Kaede!
Oh, this adrenaline creates such an exquisite feeling of despair. It's moments like this that make all the killings worth it.
You chose to showcase that with a notorious liar. Yeah, good on you, Monokuma. I'm glad you're looking at things very deeply. Why are you doing such a terrible thing?
You're the worst of the worst! Does human life have no value to you at all? Hey, I know human life is precious. I'm not a monster, Because if human life wasn't precious, ending it wouldn't be nearly as much fun.
Yeah.
There's no greater joy than witnessing such a display of despair entertainment. You've surpassed psychotic by a wide margin.
I don't think I've ever felt quite this irritated. I won't forgive you for this! Got that? I won't ever forgive you!
Spoken like a marked man. What is your objective, Monokuma?
Do you hate us? If so, have we done something to make you hate us?
Hate you? Who can say? That's your job to figure out.
Oh, thanks for pushing us in direction of plot, Monokuma.
If you really want to know what's going on, you're gonna have to work for it. Well, the corpse formerly known as Rantaro may have had a hunch.
Yeah, we know. Huh?
What is it?
What do you mean? What was Rantaro's hunch?
What indeed? He did say he would end this game, and he also knew about the hidden door. Could that be at all related to this hunch you claim he had? I wonder.
Why, you?
Hey! What the hell's this hunch you're going on about? Spill it! I wonder.
If you have no intention of telling us, then keep your mouth shut.
You're focusing on Kaede instead of our deadweight victim.
Well,
It's not his fault he was useless. He died before his talent could be revealed. If he'd lived long enough to reveal it, maybe he would have been more useful.
Fuck. Yeah, as I feared, he is important.
Oh well, he's dead and that's that. That's the indifference of death for you.
He wasn't really the mastermind, was he?
Huh? Are you still pestering me with these annoying questions? Aren't you guys focusing a little too much on whether or not there's a mastermind? If you keep this up, you're all gonna end up like Kaede.
What?
Maybe spend less time worrying about nonsense, more time watching your back, okay? You never know who's gonna become the next killer. I can't wait. I wonder what kind of killing game we'll get to see next.
Damn it, you may have gotten us this time, but we'll get you next time. You'll see.
Why are you all psyched up? Yeah, it's nice to see that at least one of you has some chutzpah around here. I have a feeling you're gonna live for a while.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
Don't screw around.
Shut the hell up! We're not gonna have another killing game. Aye, Kaito Momota, I'm not gonna let you have your way anymore. Got it? I'm gonna punch that grin right off your face. For sure!
Oh, really? Seems unlikely. I'm pretty sure you won't live long enough to do that.
Ugh.
Anyway, you guys have a lot to think about. Work hard and do your best to graduate, 'cause the fun's only just begun. Hey, Monodam! Explain yourself! I get the Monokid was obnoxious and rude, but that was way over the line!
Oh my god.
I did it for us. Hey! Wait, Monodam! Where are you going?
It's getting interesting.
He probably killed them as payback for all the bullying. What an interesting turn of events. Oh god. I know I've already voiced a couple of these lines, but it just doesn't feel right to now be voicing this as Shuichi. And with that, Monokuma and the Cubs left, and only we remained in the courtroom.
I don't think I can take all this. I can't stand this anymore. I feel like I'm going to go crazy. Tsumugi, you mustn't give up hope. Is there even hope to be had here? The room feels utterly drained of it.
Kaede!
What kind of degenerate male cries and
public. It's so rude.
But, Tenko, you're crying too. Now's not the time to point that out, Kibo. Just let it be.
In times like this, we should pray for Kaede's soul so she can rest in peace.
What?
How's anyone supposed to rest in peace after getting killed like that?
I don't know.
What are we gonna do from now on? Yeah, I'd like to know too. I'm so over this already.
That's enough!
Shut up! Shut up! You all just need to shut up!
Kaito's voice boomed in the air, and the room went silent.
Damn!
Every single one of you. And your meek little complaints.
Shut up!
You're pissing me the hell off!
Damn it.
The one who's pissing me off the most
Dumbass.
is you, Shuichi!
What?
Clench your teeth!
Kaito, you were supposed to say that before you hit him.
Did you hear what Kaede said? She said she believed in you. That she passed her wish on to you. But what the hell's wrong with you? You didn't say a damn thing to Monokuma. You call yourself a man? Damn it.
What's the matter? Say something already.
Dumbass.
I just hit you! Aren't you pissed off? What's your problem?
Enough, Kaito. Sucker punching is pretty low, even for a low-life degenerate male like you.
Listen up.
Better knock it off or I'm gonna explode my Neo Aikido all over your face!
Fine.
Are you okay?
Shuichi, are you okay?
Okay,
I'm fine.
for now.
Please stop. This sort of altercation is just a waste of time. Gonta not sure it's waste of time, but Gonta agree. Fighting not good.
Can we leave now? Staying here will only make us more depressed. Well put. I agree wholeheartedly.
Sorry.
Sorry, you all should go ahead without me.
Why? Is there a reason you wish to stay in a place like this?
I want to be alone for a while. Just for a little bit. But we can't just leave you here by yourself. Tsumumi, perhaps it would be best if we allowed him some privacy for now. Okay, I suppose. Shuichi, don't beat yourself up, okay? Yeah, just hit the reset button on your feelings and you'll be happy and cheerful in no time.
Listen.
Being a tad insensitive is important for survival. It helps one avoid suicidal thoughts.
Hey,
Gonta will be back too. But Gonta know if you need his help, okay? Go back. Fuck.
One by one, everyone climbed aboard the elevator. Except...
No, I mean, I think it's he obviously, you know, I don't know what exactly, but he clearly felt something towards Kaede, and I think maybe that's what's, you know, hurting him even more,
I mean,
because, you know, Kaede clearly had a better relationship with Shuichi, and Shuichi did nothing, but Kaito tried to do something, I think, is what's grinding Kaito's gears. Shuichi, I don't know how well you knew Kaede, but why don't you try going to her ultimate lab?
What do you mean?
that's right.
Well, Kuma set the room up, so there's probably not a lot there to remember her by. But there should at least be a bunch of little things she liked.
Okay,
Things Kaede liked?
listen up.
Understand? There's only one way to get through this awful feeling. No one's gonna be able to console you if you're just sitting here alone.
I mean,
If anyone's gonna help you, it'll be her. And your memories.
With those words, he stepped onto the elevator. Before I realized it, and I got to my feet, I just started walking, and I was headed toward the Ultimate Pianist's research lab. It's not as if there would be any memories here. These are the things she was really passionate about. And that's good enough for now. What a magnificent piano. I would have liked to hear her play it. If only just once. That reminds me. The song that Kaede was talking about. Of course, it must be here somewhere. I stood in front of the shelves of CDs and searched each one thoroughly end to end. It should be here somewhere. Where is it? Ah, here it is. This is it. I took the CD from the shelf and placed it in the player in the corner. Soon a soft melody had filled the classroom. My body relaxed, totally enveloped in the music. It was a strange feeling, the sound seeping into my body. Before long, I had begun to close my eyes.
I wish there was a piano here. I would play you a song to help you cheer up. A pretty song to play for you. Oh, like Clair de Lune by Debussy. It's a soothing song that calms your heart, like the moon's reflection on water. You noticed, huh? Yeah, I'm shaking too. But I'd be a mess if you weren't here. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I would have been so lost. I'm glad you're here with me, Shuichi. With you by my side, I feel like I can stand up to anything. You give me the courage I need to take on the mastermind. So please, be more confident. I believe in you, so you should definitely believe in yourself.
yeah, I'll try. I don't know if I can do it, but no, I'll do it. I have to believe in myself. I won't be afraid anymore. I will face the truth for everyone. I won't give up. For your sake, Kaede. I promise.
Good lad.
From the bottom of my heart, I promise you, Kaede.
That's our promise. I'm leaving everything up to you, Shuichi. Goodbye.
That's where it ends. Oh my god. Okay. So, chapter review. That was really fucking good.
It had a lot to live up to, honestly. Danganronpa 2 had a stellar first chapter. And this one crushed it. Absolutely fucking demolished Danganronpa 2's first case. This was phenomenal. And it's kind of crazy to think that because something I briefly said in the trial, this case was really simple. There was almost nothing to it. And that makes sense, right? Because Kaede's whole thing wasn't commit a very complicated murder so she never gets found out. It was commit a murder that she could pull off. Hiding it wasn't inherently a necessity. It was just something she, wanted to, like, for her own sake, really. She wanted it. Well, I guess for the others as well, but it was sort of to protect that that image she had of like the person who everyone would whatever you know what she was trying to do with that. She said it herself, and she said it much more cleanly than I could. Yeah, no, but the trial itself was I quite enjoyed the trial. Like even though everything was there, I never really like I didn't guess where these plot twists were going, and yeah, because I thought it would very heavily rely on evidence we got in the trial, and it kind of did. Because the only thing that was really like, oh yeah, obviously it was Kaede, was like the one piece of evidence we got in the trial. But so maybe you could have figured out that it was Kaede beforehand. Like if you were really looking for it, I guess, like being super duper analytical about like the dialogue and narration you're presented with. But like I did not suspect her in the slightest. I didn't think they would go with Kaede being the killer. And to be frank, I'm surprised I wasn't spoiled on this. Because it seems that we're going to have Shuichi as the protagonist going forward, which, I mean, cool. I like Shuichi. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of excited for a female protagonist in this setting, but, mm, but I think the big takeaway I've taken away from this first chapter is that it seems that V3 is playing itself much less as a mystery story and much more of a character drama. At least this first chapter. That's what I took from this. We had such a bigger emphasis on the characters this time. And I think it helps that the mystery was quite short and snappy and simple, all things considered. Like, I sort of said this at the time, right? That Danganronpa 2's difficulty sort of picked up where Danganronpa 1 ended. And I kind of think, in a way, that works against the game. Because something that I did really like in this first trial specifically was that the characters sort of bumbled around. Not in the same way in Danganronpa 1 they did, where it was like, well, I don't even know what the murder weapon was, but it was like, they didn't really fully understand what they were doing, and they just sort of like threw as many ideas as they could think of on the wall to see which ones would stick, and they explored all of them as well, which I think was like that's a really interesting way to do this, which they don't really do in Danganronpa. You sort of get railroaded by the obscenely intelligent character, which it isn't entirely fair to say about Danganronpa 1, because Kyoko was pretty good at staying quiet. Like, it worked in her whole philosophy about how she wanted other people to come to their own conclusions, and like sure, she was going to be right, but it was important for everyone else to figure things out themselves. So it wasn't just, blind faith in her skill, which she could, use to abuse their trust in her. If she committed a murder and she was just like, yeah, I think Makoto did it, hypothetically speaking, then chances are they'd believe her, because she's ace detective as long as she could bust out some evidence for it. But yeah, maybe that's why Shuichi stayed quiet for this one, so they could explore all those ideas. Because if we are going to play as Shuichi, he is the ultimate detective, so we're going to be, I think, a little more railroaded. So I think it's fine though. Having the first trial be this sort of thing works. But in Danganronpa 2, it didn't really feel like that. The closest we came to it were the rebuttal showdowns with Mihiru and Nekomaru. Like, in retrospect, those are the only times it felt like we were meandering a little bit, but in a good way. Not meandering in the sense of like Danganronpa 2's second trial, where we were fucking talking about Twilight Syndrome murder case for way too long, and then focusing on just Hiyoko as a suspect, even though it obviously wasn't her. Like, it wasn't that sort of meandering. It was just like, oh, actually, here's a different idea. How about we look at this? Mihiru's was the goggles. I don't actually remember what Nekomaru's one was about. My gut tells me it was something about the blackout, but I don't actually remember. Which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, no, I also liked the new mini games we've got. The was it Mass Panic Debate? I think it was the one with a bunch of arguments at the same time. I really like that. The what was it? Debate Scrum, I think it was called. Like that, easily my favorite mini game in the series. Just like even just from that first go, that's so fucking good. That's brilliant. And a lie mechanic, really fucking cool, really interesting. I wonder how it's going to be implemented going forward. Otherwise, Execution. Yeah, that was so fucking good. What a step up from the shit ones that were in Danganronpa 2. Like, oh my god. Like, finally, the executions felt impactful again. And not for the same reason that, say, Pecco's execution was impactful. Because Pecco's execution was not impactful because it was an execution. It was because of the long-term ramifications it had for Yuhiko. This was a really good execution, and I'd say it ranks up there with Leon's. But no, this is infinitely better than Leon's execution. Like, good god, what a tone setter! I mean, Leon's was really fucking good. Leon's may well have been the best execution in the series up until now, and this one just blew it out of the fucking water, much like this chapter 1 did. What a good chapter 1. Yeah, this was a really good chapter 1 overall as well. As I said about this being a bit of a character drama, we already have a lot of characters playing off each other, and they clearly all have their own roles, like, in the group and as personalities. Like, there's not a single, to me, one of the hardest bits here was that everyone felt like in figuring out who might die, everyone felt somewhat important. Like, there wasn't anyone who was underdeveloped to the point where it's like, well, obvious, whereas like either they're obviously going to die right away or they are going to be saved for a long time so you can develop them later. Like Hero, the game even makes fun of the fact that he has no personality for like the first 3 chapters, and then like after chapter 4 he goes off the deep end with his fucking weird stories and bananas shit. Which I think is more like chapter 5 onwards, but and I've got to say, I think that that's a strength of this game, with it, like it's focusing on the characters. Obviously, my favorite bit of Danganronpa is the characters. Like, I would play this and love it if it was just a visual novel without like the trial being a game. Like, honestly, like I could take the trials without, but like the whole murder thing is not the selling point for me. In fact, like that's the worst part of the game part of Danganronpa is the worst part of the game. Like, so easily. I don't give a shit about the mysteries really. I'm way more into the characters. This game's started off really good. I didn't even like Kaede that much, and everything around her made me very emotional. Like, Kaede was fine, but she felt like a watered down Makoto, if that's possible. Well, a watered down Danganronpa 3 Makoto. You know, someone who's like very clearly has their beliefs defined, but they're just at their core they're just some nice human being. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, she wasn't as milquetoast as Danganronpa 1 Makoto, but like, you know, she kind of felt like Danganronpa 3 Makoto in a lot of ways. But you know, she was still coming around sassing instead. Himiko in particular, she was really fucking mean to Himiko. Well, maybe not mean. She kind of deserved it in some ways, but like she was very dismissive of Himiko, for instance. Like, she bit back against Miyu in a way that Makoto wouldn't have against, say, Byakuya. But you know, I don't know. I suppose the thing I'm thinking of specifically is his like final confrontation with Munakata in Danganronpa 3. I don't know. It just felt right to compare those two there. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, should we talk about Kaede as a killer as well? I guess we can wrap this up with Kaede as a killer. Like, very, very interesting move. A bold lie to put in your marketing, and I'm so surprised that wasn't spoiled for me. Like, this game has been out a while, and I didn't even have a fucking clue. I didn't have an inkling that there was going to be this massive plot twist in the first chapter. So obviously what makes this bigger is obviously this game was marketed as having Kaede as the protagonist, which is it's a genius lie. Like, to have like, oh, it just makes the whole thing hit so much more potently. And I've got to say, like, with Rantaro dying first as well, which, I mean, poor guy, we barely really knew anything about him. He seemed interesting enough, but yeah, now I'll have to wait till the end of the game so we can do free time events. Like, this game's set its standards very high from the beginning, and I'm kind of worried because this game has subverted the Danganronpa formula quite nicely. Very, very nicely, and I'm afraid I don't really know what to expect going forward now because of that. But there's some fun in that in and of itself. Is there anything else about this chapter I want to discuss? I don't think so. I think that's it. So, sorry, this took an hour. But yeah, God, I'm excited for the rest of this game. I can't lie. It's gonna be a bit weird switching to Shuichi now. I wonder if probably not. Well, maybe. I wonder how free time is going to work. Are they going to carry over? I mean, I don't know. On one hand, it's like, that'd be a bit lazy if they just carried over, but it's also like I could totally understand why they would do that. Like, why would you write free time events for two different characters? You know, like, in the sense of you get free time events for Kaede and then free time events for Shuichi. like just have them be the same, pretty much. Then you run into the problem of like Shuichi having free time events. Oh well. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you've watched this far, good lord, what are you doing? Maybe you just jumped here for this bit. So yeah, maybe that's why you're here. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one, where we will get on to Chapter 2, Danganronpa V3. Until then, goodbye.